Do you like your novelty comedy songs organic? Handmade with painstaking care, put into every note? Well, look no further than Irrational Times. Using only the finest instruments to create an experience that your ears will thank you for later, Irrational Times attempts to elevate the whimsy to a desirable level. New songs and sketches every week, so check it out.
There's a place that we can go to watch old things. All the warm, fuzzy member berries it brings. It's a special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Campy old movies and old cartoons. We hope to see you over there very soon. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. When we were kids and there wasn't any school, we'd sit and watch all the best cartoons, eating cereal until it was noon. We never thought that 30 years later it'd still be cool. Saturday night and cheesy movies, the ones that used to show us boobies. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy.
Now with less than 3% sport content. It's the starting block on TAVshow.com.
Yes, welcome back to the block, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tweets.
Are the tweets working? Just to double check. The internet, is it impacting the tweets?
Back in black, baby. Is it impacting your tweets? I don't know. Might be. What do you mean impacting? What do you mean by that?
The tweet's still rolling. The internet's back up and running. We're good to go.
Well, it must be up and running because we're talking, Greeno.
It could be I could be imagining it. It could be like a Tyler Durden thing.
Nice, Gary.
All right.
Damo, we need to
Where
get
the fuck
serious.
were we? Hang on. We were going to talk about something. I was going to show you something. Or maybe maybe that was a sign. Maybe I should just keep it. You know what? I'm going to keep it. Fuck you. Because
Nice, Gary.
You want me to show you something? That's right.
I was going to show you this thing, but now I'm not going to show you the thing anymore. So,
All right, we need to get
Forget
serious
about
for a minute.
all right.
Because
We haven't been serious?
No,
I
we're
was
taking the
being
piss.
fucking serious, Greeno, this whole show.
We're taking the piss a little bit. We talked about Lindsay Lohan. We talked about the Nose Beers. Talked about Bartels and whoever else. But we need to get to the serious fucking topics, mate.
What's that?
I want to hear what Annalyn McCord has to say about what's happening out in the world. Now, for those of you who
I'll put my hand up.
forget,
Don't know who the fuck she is. Never heard of her.
yeah, no, good call. Now, she's a former actress of the remake of Beverly Hills 90210.
No,
So when they decided to rehash it-
never seen, didn't even know it existed, Greeno. Never knew.
And you're better for it. She's best known for the remake of Beverly Hills 90210.
So was she the Heather Locklear character?
Heather Locklear was not in Beverly Hills 90210. You're
No,
thinking
she
like a
was-
Shannon Doherty.
No, yeah, Beverly Hills 90210. What was her name?
Shannon Doherty.
Heather Locklear was in that. The
No,
blonde
she wasn't.
chick.
She was
Okay.
in Melrose Place.
Melrose
Ah,
Place.
the
I
blonde-
always get those fucking shows
Nice,
mixed up.
Gary.
90210 was fucking Brandon Lee or something. Was that his name?
No, Jason Presley.
Jason Presley.
Yeah, Luke Perry.
Luke Perry, of course.
Yeah,
So
see,
that was 90210.
That's 90210.
So
That's
was
right.
that? So which one had Steve in it? That was Melrose Place.
That was 90210 as well.
Was
That's
it
Ian
really?
Ziering.
Who
That's
was in
right.
Melrose Place then?
You had the Locklears. You had who else did you have in that? You had your Andrew Shoes.
Who? How do you know these things?
I don't know.
How do you know?
It's just ingrained in my brain for some
Fucking
random
hell.
reason. Never watched an
ceases
episode
to
of Melrose
amaze.
Place in my life, but we know it. But anyway, Adeline Accord. If I want to know what's going on, you ask look, jokes aside, muting Russia and Ukraine. If I want to know what's going on in the world, I as long as I don't mute Adeline Accord, we're okay.
All
right, because she similar to when the pandemic happened,
Yeah.
if you remember, the celebrities said, "Look, we're going to band together. We're going to fucking fight this virus
Right.
by singing Imagine."
Is she gonna do some kind of like world peace concert or something for Ukraine or something? Is she or?
Well, she's just got a message. She's like, "This is my time. This is my time to play an impact in the world stage here."
But how can she have a message? I have to reiterate, I don't even know who the fuck she is. Never. It's like, why does she have a message? Who is she?
Semantics.
Why is this
Semantics,
unknown
yeah.
person bringing me messages? You know what I do? You know what I do with messages from unknown senders on my phone, Greeno? I auto trash. I don't even have the option to open them. I don't want it. It's just it goes directly into the bin. If I don't know your number, in there. So who the fuck is this person?
Just putting it out there. My theory is Anna Lynn hasn't had a job in a while, and she feels like this message might get her into the interwebs.
Does she know that there's someone in the apartment in her kitchen, Greeno? Did you notice that? Look at that guy.
I did notice that. It'd be creepy.
Yeah. What's that?
Weird.
What's he doing there? Is that his? Yeah.
Should we have a look at what Anna Lynn's got to say? How she's going to save the world?
Oh, I don't know. Should we? All right. Let's have a look.
Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. If I was your mother, you would have been so loved.
What?
Held in the arms of joyous light.
What?
Never
What?
would the stories plight the world.
Is she saying this to Vladimir Putin?
It's kind of like
Is this a joke?
it's like a dating video. So remember back in the day, you used to, instead of like doing swiping right and swiping left, you used to post a video to potential lovers. I reckon this is what Anna Lynn's done. She's like, look, I've seen this is a man who just needs a cuddle.
So this is she like this has to be like a joke thing, right?
No, this is serious.
Nah, come on.
This is 100% serious. I shit you not.
She's an actor. Are you sure?
This is fucking celebrities being so self-indulgent and thinking they're better than they are. Anyway, do we want to watch a little bit more?
Okay.
You forget.
I don't know.
You forget
I don't
that-
think it
that-
could be real. So I don't think anyone could say that like and mean it.
This is
What
100%
the
real.
fuck is you
Now,
talking about? If I were
forget-
your mummy, Vlad, I would have. Vlad, poor little Vlad. If you were my son, my beloved, my darling, I would have taken so much care of you. You would have grown up to be a wonderful, mighty prince in our kingdom. Like, what the fuck is she talking about? I would have patted him on the head more. Or does this question, Greeno, does the same apply for Hitler? So if we had have treated baby Hitler a little better, like who's to say? Yeah.
Well, it would have been a better place. I think that's the point Anna Lynn's trying to make here.
Right.
That with a bit of hugs and love and affection, you know.
So which actress would you like to raise baby Hitler? I would want Whoopi Goldberg. Greeno.
Nice, Gary!
Whoopi. All right, no,
I want
that's gonna be
Whoopi
hard.
to raise baby Hitler. And then I want like Mel Gibson to be kind of like Uncle Mel, you know?
The cool uncle or the creepy uncle?
The cool Uncle Greeno.
He's the cool uncle. All
Yeah,
right.
of course. If he was the creepy uncle, then Adolf Hitler would have become a fucking Greenpeace activist. If he was the crazy. If he's the cool uncle, he's like, yeah, you know what? This Whoopi and Uncle Mel, they're onto something. I'm going to go paint. Sure you are.
Explore my artistic integrity.
Yeah. Speaking of artists, Greeno, all right, let's have a look at this.
President
Let's keep
Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother.
Uh-uh.
If I was your mother,
You don't have to apologize. It's fine. I get this all the time.
you would have been so loved. Held in the arms of joyous light. Never would the stories plight the world unfurled.
Oh, she's still.
before our
Oh no, she's doing slam poetry, Greeno. Never with the flight in the eyes and the plight of the night, Greeno in flight. My story, what a sight.
Would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night sky. If I was your mother, the world would have been warm.
You do realize, though, he grew up in Russia.
Nice,
So,
Gary!
does that mean he would have been born in America? So
Yeah.
it would be weird for Russia to have an American, kind of president or king or whatever. So, all right, he would have been warm, Greeno. There are warm places in Russia, aren't there?
Where the vodka is, I'm assuming.
Where the vodka is. The vodka make you warm, Greeno.
So much laughter and joy, and nothing would harm. I can't imagine the stain, the soul-stealing pain that the little boy you must have seen and believed, and the formulation of thought quickly taught that you lived in a cruel, unjust world.
Why would she? What?
She hasn't had a job in a while, Damo. Now, we're going to pause it there. Now, watching that performance.
Chauvinists and sexists and misogynists and chauvinists and sexists.
Watching that performance, it really beggars belief that she's ever actually got an acting job to begin with.
You don't think it was convincing, Greeno?
I wasn't feeling it, Damo.
I don't even know what it was. Like, why does it exist?
Because
What
she
is
hasn't
she
had a
doing?
job.
But why did
hasn't
she
had a
think
job
that
since
this?
2017.
Did she think this was the way to get back into the business?
Well,
You know what I mean?
When I Googled Annalyn McCord, she's the top 3 stories in news here about how she slammed for mortifying Putin apology and a true white woman masterpiece. Annalyn McCord derided for bizarre Putin poem about Russia-Ukraine crisis.
You know what, Greeno? As much as I hate celebrity culture, I also look forward to the next few years with genuine excitement because we're not far away from celebrities who try to gain stardom, just like drinking like jugs of human shit and stuff on fucking TikTok or Periscope or whatever. They'll be like, well, that's not the kind of thing you want a celebrity to do. But look, I'm the #1 trending topic today. No one's even talking about Ukraine and Russia. All I had to do was, drink a pint of human liquefied shit on TikTok. And now I'm in. Now I'm done. I'm a celebrity forever, Greeno. We're not far away from that. And that'll be fun, don't you think?
Oh, definitely. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Now, a little fun fact for you, Damo.
Okay.
That poem started with what, If I Were Your Mother?
Mm-hmm.
Annalyn
Something
McCord,
like that.
0 children.
Oh, nice, Gary.
Nice, Gary!
So how does she know if baby Vlad showed up tomorrow, how do we know that she wouldn't beat him and abuse him, Greeno?
Exactly. She's got no track record. She's got no experience in the area. If we're going to hand baby Vlad to anyone, maybe a good idea hand it to someone who may have had a kid before is probably
just one
an option.
Anyone who's just had one.
Yeah, just one maybe. Someone with a little bit of experience in the field. If we're gonna put the little puts somewhere, I want someone with a bit of experience. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Probably not gonna hand it over to Annalyn and her poetry.
Yeah.
Imagine that poor kid.
Yeah, we can't drop him off at Annalyn's place because look at the scary little statue there in the kitchen, Greeno. We still don't know why it's there. The explanation for it. Why is it there? What's it doing there? It looks like it's blocking drawers. Is he guarding the drawers? Maybe she's got like an Indiana Jones style trinket in there, Greeno.
Potentially.
That would make it more interesting. It's like enough of the poem. So yes, you want to pat baby Vlad on the head. I understand. Can we talk more about the creepy little statue in the corner? Where'd you come from? Get the Antiques Roadshow guys in there.
Question: I don't know if anyone's still in the chat. Can we find out if Annalyn is on Cameo? Because I want to understand. I'd like to pose some traditional parenting questions on how she'd raise baby Vlad. Like, does she plan on breastfeeding baby Vlad, or is she going to go like formula and bottle?
I bet baby Vlad is a biter, Greeno.
Yeah, biter. Yeah. So better go that. Is she going to go a bit of talc powder on the tush tush, or is she going to go maybe a pseudo cream perhaps?
Is there really options between talcum powder and cream?
Yeah, of course there is.
Why would anyone go for cream? Because aren't they
Cream's
two opposites? But though, because cream is wet and powder is dry. So
yeah, 100%. But it's more so, I think, to trust me.
Why don't you want a dry little bottom down there?
Well,
dry is good, dry
moisture.
is clean, dry is nice.
Yeah, it is, but the problem is you have to put the cream on
Greeno.
when it gets too dry because the rash. Correct.
The rash in there.
These are things that I don't think Annalyn is equipped to understand if she's going to be dealing with baby Vlad. The future of the world is going to depend on Annalyn making sure that little Vlad's bot is nice and fucking clean.
Greeno, I think you're being a little harsh to Annalyn because I'm pretty sure she would have like sat in the car park of Macca's with a cigarette. I'm pretty sure she would have sat in the car park at Macca's with a cigarette hanging out of her mouth, watching the kids, like the nieces and nephews, play on the little fucking swings and stuff at the McDonald's. She would have done that a few times. So, you know, let's be fucking fair. She's got parenting experience.
Nice, Gary!
Parenting experience.
Excellent. What have we got here? A bit of Christian Wilkins demo. You sent this through earlier in the week.
Yeah, where is Christian? I've got to look for all this stuff now because nothing's in order tonight. So,
see, isn't it good when there's a rundown?
No, not particularly. This is fine as well. I can't find Christian. You know what? I don't think I loaded Christian Wilkins up. What else have you got? Here you go.
I need to talk about the Christian one.
Oh, okay. So tell us, what happened with Christian then?
Christian Wilkins' son, Richard Wilkins' son, Christian, has slammed, in inverted commas, completely homophobic report on a revealing pink dress he wore to a Mardi Gras event. Yeah. Now we need to fucking deep dive into this a little bit. Let's take a fucking step back. Yeah. So apparently it's been, you got it?
Yeah.
Now I refuse to click on the article. Firstly, the guy's at Mardi Gras. All right, so let's put that in one particular box.
But just because he's at Mardi Gras doesn't mean he's gay, though. Like that needs to be said from the outset.
Yeah. Secondly, he's wearing a pink dress to Mardi Gras. Yeah. So that's another thing. Any comment about that dress, about a bloke wearing a dress at Mardi Gras, how can it be anything other than relating to homosexuality?
I don't know. Maybe just likes a breeze down there. Maybe wanted a Marilyn Monroe moment, you know.
Potentially.
And it seems to me, candle in the wind stuff, Greeno. And that's where Dad would pop in, like just in the other room, and he'd just start reeling off facts about Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, when she was 18, she did this. Yeah.
What was the offensive part? What was the offensive comment? What was the?
Well, we kind of need to know that, don't we? There's the hot pink number there.
That's disturbing in a few different ways, but let's move on.
He's called out a completely homophobic and misogynistic media report. So who wrote the report then? The 26-year-old is known for his love of fashion and unique style.
Nice, Gary!
On Monday, just the turn of phrase I appreciate sometimes. On Monday, Wilkins took to his Instagram stories to spread their stories on Instagram. I don't know. Do you Instagram, Greeno?
I definitely don't Instagram. I don't TikTok. I don't Instagram.
I'm not into it.
I've muted enough words on Twitter. I'm basically not on Twitter anymore.
You've barely got any words left.
There's not many words left. I've gone through the dictionary. I'm down to about 7 words left. Like I said, nice. 80s, 90s sport tit. Like that's fucking it.
Yeah, and a couple just for you that you'll never mute. But he also took the opportunity to call out a Daily Mail headline which read, quote, "Dude looks like a lady. Richard Wilkins' flamboyant son Christian flaunts his very toned figure in a skin-tight pink mini dress with daring cutouts." Okay, so the offensive comment was the quote from the song. Okay.
Nice, Gary!
Good newsing happening there at news.com.
I'm looking at this. The dude's wearing a dress.
Yep.
He's got woman's hair. The dude legitimately looks like a lady.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Facts now homophobic.
Okay.
Nice, Gary!
It's like, yeah, well, if... Okay,
you can say... I don't understand. They haven't mentioned his sexuality at all. He's like, look, this bloke looks like a chick.
Yeah.
Where's the homophobia there? They haven't questioned his sexuality. They haven't slammed him for his sexuality. No. It's actually not homophobic in any way, shape, or form.
No. I would have thought it was conforming to the style of the particular pseudo identity, whatever it is, whereby you're wearing a dress to be display some kind of more feminine output or something. And so I would have thought it would be the ultimate compliment then. If you're a guy walking around in a dress, it'd be a compliment if they turn around and go, "Wow, that dude looks like a lady." I wouldn't have even known. I wouldn't have any idea.
That's a nice Gary in the Mardi Gras.
Gary.
Nice, Gary.
Isn't that better than turning around and saying, "What the fuck is this guy doing here wearing a fucking dress? What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Let's chase him into the cornfield." Because I don't think "dude looks like a lady" is the same thing as "let's chase the fucking cocksucker into the cornfield," Greeno. I don't think it's the same vibe.
No.
And so I do find it difficult to take it seriously when people try to pretend that it is. And I've got nothing against them, but it's like, Oh, okay. This is really bad. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, I'm.
Nice, Gary.
It's sad that you feel this way. I guess. I don't want anyone to feel bad, Greeno. But dude looks like a lady.
The dude, in fact, does look like a lady.
I would have thought. Well, look.
If you don't want to look like a lady, you don't wear a dress.
Look, if it was me personally, Greeno, if I went to the effort of like getting myself a hot pink number, and if I thought I looked fucking good in the shit, and I was walking down the street, Greeno, if somebody said, "Whoa, dude looks like a lady," I would say thank you so much, because you don't know how long it took to wax my legs, and squeeze into this thing. I got it custom made, Greeno.
Yeah.
Custom made. It's a lot of money, a lot of flash cash out there on the streets of Mardi Gras, Greeno.
To be honest, though, I don't rate the dress. To be honest,
no.
Like I'm no fashionista.
Yeah.
But
so your gripe is more in terms of the style, not necessarily right.
That's a fucking rag right there. Like I can whip that up. Like I've got no sewing skills whatsoever. I can whip this shit up. He's got a regular dress. He's cut some holes in it and whacked it on.
Yeah.
Fucking Mardi Gras already.
Yeah.
I don't rate the dress personally.
Right.
Just my opinion.
Okay. Well, nice, Gary.
Nice, Gary.
And misogynists and chauvinists and sexists.
Fucking fantastic.
While we're on this particular angle, let's talk a little bit about Will Thomas, shall we?
Who?
Will Thomas. So born Will Thomas, ranked number 462 in men's swimming, changes his name to Leah Thomas.
Right, yeah.
Number 1 in the world, baby.
Fucking congratulations, Leah Thomas.
Nice, Gary.
Did Leah officially go number 1, did she?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Fucking
Sure did. So, dude, doesn't look like a lady. Dude is a lady.
Dude's smashing the fucking shit out of the ladies in the
Nice,
pool, and that's what we
Gary.
like to see.
Dude is crushing
Dude
the
is
ladies.
crushing the ladies out there in the sporting arena. The way it should be. It's a good old days, Greeno. Soon enough, we'll be slapping waitresses on the ice.
No, fuck, man. Like, bro. This
Dick.
This is too funny. Now, this guy isn't even trying to pass. Let's just fucking put it out there. If he put on a bit of a Christian Wilkins number and then rocked up to the swimming trials, maybe we'll go, look, okay, fair enough. You're playing the game. This dude's rocked up fucking like cock and balls, like still, like packing out. Like he's wearing a men's swimsuit, right? It's like, nah. He's like, nah. Trust me. Identify. Like, I filled in the form, right? There's a form. It says male, female.
Oh, man. Greeno, you don't even know, man, because I covered this on my show, right?
Yeah.
There was quotes from, like, the team members who said, it's really uncomfortable. We feel like we have to quit our own locker room now because
No, I watched that episode. Yeah, I did.
He still walks. He's like still got the guy stuff, but then still attracted to women. So you're in the place where the naked women are showering and stuff.
Yeah, they were the ones that they would be.
And he would go up to him and say, I still date women. Like I'm with the fucking erection, Greeno, like a Porky's movie. It's fucking.
That's right. They were like he was being oppressed your solution was
nice
we need to get the women out of the women's locker room.
That's right.
Because it's making the male women
they're making the trans athletes feel uncomfortable. That's right. So we've got to kick the women out.
Kick the women out.
That's right. Yeah. That's why I'm saying we'll be back to slapping waitresses on the ass in no time, because where are you going to go? Where else are you going to go? The trans women are taking over all of your spaces now. You'll have to look who comes crawling back.
Look, I'm going to give fucking Will or Leo, whatever his name is, I'm going to give him a nice Gary.
Nice Gary.
Nice, Gary.
World number one, baby.
Takes a lot of fucking balls to do this, I'll tell you that much.
It does.
Damo, what do we still got? We haven't got much left. I think we're at the sports section, sir.
Are we at the sports section? All right, we'll do some sport.
I
don't know. What sport's happening? I don't even know what sport's going on. There was a Giants Swans trial game tonight. He's in the chat. He's probably keeping an eye on the score. The fact that he hasn't mentioned it, if he hasn't mentioned, I'll tell you what, if he hasn't mentioned the score yet, it means the Giants are either winning or have won.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's do a Statman / Nice Gary for Trent.
I'm a Statman.
Trent Copeland took his 400th first-class wicket for the course of the week. Now, have a look at his stats. Like, this is an amazing career he's got in first-class cricket, Trent Copeland. 109 matches, 24,973 balls, 400 wickets in 109 matches. So that's 4 wickets per match.
Yeah, that's
pretty simple math.
Yeah, that's good.
He's got a 25.7 average, just as amazing.
Yep.
He's got 21 5-wicket hauls, and he has the exact same best figures twice of 8 for 92.
That's incredible. He's a fucking.
That's
great player.
unbelievable.
Nice, Gary.
So happy that man has a baggy green under his belt.
And you know what? I'm amazed his first class average is 25.7 because he must have gone for a few early in his career because the last fucking 10 years of his career, he couldn't score off him.
Just absolutely nothing.
I reckon the last 10 years, is there a way that we can do that? Isn't Crick Info really good on stats, like and how you can filter them out and shit?
It's really not. No, I've tried. It's good for international stats. It's really not good for domestic. I've tried to deep dive into a lot of domestic stats, and I have to go to layers upon layers. It's not just up there.
The thing. You got to keep your own spread. You got to keep your own fucking spreadsheets, and it becomes a nightmare, doesn't it?
Exactly. It's too much effort.
So I reckon he went for a lot. He must have gone for. It feels. Don't you feel like we would read the fucking domestic cricket scores every weekend during the summer on the show for what 5 years?
Yeah, there or thereabouts. Yeah.
And it feels like every time we read his stats, it was like he might not have taken a wicket, but it would be like none for 9 off 20 overs. Yeah, like ridiculous numbers. Well, they couldn't score off him.
With that said, though, like his average is obviously wickets, like runs per wicket, but like his economy, I'm intrigued what his career economy would be because I reckon it'd be so low. It'd be insane.
Yeah. You're right.
So
You're right. The economy of it, because we used to talk like his bowling would be worth 2 wickets in the fact that they can't score any runs off him. So even if he doesn't take the wickets, he's still taking the wickets, if you know what I mean. He's drying up the runs, so it doesn't matter.
That's how nerdy we were. We'd sit there and we'd look at the economy rate of Frank Oakland and go, hey, man, this guy bowled 18 overs. He only went for 22. And took a wicket, but fucking unbelievable. Yeah. It was so good. Well, he went back. He was the guy that bowled at the other end when Paddy Cummins got bowled like ridiculously long in that Sheffield Shield final.
Nice, Gary.
I remember Paddy ended up bowling like 40 overs and fucking destroyed him for like the next 6 years. Yep. But Copes was the guy bowling the other overs in the other end, and bowled the exact same amount, but he just kept on going. So
the most heroic, the most costly draw of anyone's career, Greeno.
Yeah,
Paddy Cummins is like
Paddy Cummins 40 overs as a 17-year-old.
Tell you what, was it worth it? The heroic draw at the Sheffield Shield final, was it worth the fucking 40 overs? Looking back, would he say yes, Greeno? Do you think?
Hey, you won a Sheffield Shield, sir.
Well, he drew it. Yeah.
Nice, Gary.
Drew the game for a draw. Oh,
and Copes ended up bowling New South Wales to a victory in that game as well, by the way. So, well done. Now, world number 1 in tennis. He's a fucking fun stat man for you, sir.
Statman.
I'm a Statman.
Ironically, a Russian is now world number 1.
Nice carry.
Nice, Gary.
Medvedev. Now he's the
world
first.
Greeno. World number 1 is Medvedev. World tennis is Ukraine. Going to
now he's the first world number 1 that isn't Federer, Djokovic, Nadal, or Murray since 2003.
Andy Roddick.
That is fucking insane. Almost 20 years since someone other than Federer, Djokovic, Nadal, or Murray was world number 1. And I reckon Murray only held it for a couple of weeks, if that.
Yeah, he was he might have had a couple of months there, like between a Wimbledon and the next tournament, whatever that is.
Maybe, but not much. Like, that is unbelievable. So well done, Daniil. Now, the only thing is, the only reason Daniil has got the world number 1 is because Novak wasn't allowed to play half the tournaments.
That's right.
So that doesn't help. But it's still a fun little stat man, nonetheless.
Stat man.
I'm a scat man.
The tennis, Greeno, when you go back to 2003, I was surprised that Andy Roddick was the last other world number 1 because I was like 2003, and I'm like, you know what? I was already out of tennis by then. Like I was sick of tennis by 2003. I think
that was post Sampras.
That was post Lele as well, wasn't it?
No, that's still Lele time.
Right.
But that's kind of that's around Lele time. But
Right, but Lele was already number one, and then Roddick became one, didn't he?
correct. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So it was
Post Lele's
the back end of Lele's height. Yeah, exactly. So I think it was like 2001 when he hooked up with the home and away actress.
That's right.
And then his career was downhill from there.
Yeah. Well, was it that he just got old? I think he was just he was like we used to say about Rafael Nadal what everyone said about Leighton Hewitt, didn't they? With Leighton, it turned out to be true though, because he just threw his little he's got a tiny little frame, kind of gangy little body. And just to keep up with like the power of the other players, he just had to throw it around the court, you know? So that's kind of why he was good though to watch, because he would always just fucking throw everything into it. Like he left it all out there, like to his credit, you know?
2001 was when Leighton was world number one.
Give myself a nice Gary.
Nice, Gary.
Because I did say in the post Lele era, Greeno.
That is. Now, in his defense, following that, he had to come up against Federer and Nadal. Who then dominated for the next 20 odd years.
There was one game, there was some game somewhere like towards the end of Leighton's career, and I think it was Federer, and I think he beat him like 6-love, 6-1 or something, and just fucking blew him off the court. Leighton couldn't return one of his serves. He was just nowhere. And I think everyone was like, I think Leighton himself, like after that match, if I've got the story correct, that was like the match where he's like, all right, I'm done. You know, it was like, it was enough. Because remember, he had to come back a couple of times from these fucking ankle injuries.
Yeah,
he was
true.
playing when he was ranked like 200 because he was like, hey, I've got a ticket to the tournament. I'm going to keep playing until I can't move anymore, you know?
80 weeks at world number one for Leighton Hewitt.
Yeah, he was good, man, for a long time.
Yeah, I knew he was up there, but I didn't realize he had 80 weeks. Like I thought it was like a 6-month period. But yeah, well done.
Remember when they accused him of being a racist? Those were the good old days, because that would have been like 2001. Because didn't he say something like, "Oh, look at the linesman and look at him and tell me what you think," or something like that? Was that the line?
Sounds like something Lele would say. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Come on.
Did he comment on any bloke's dresses though?
No, but he probably would have at the time.
Probably.
Yeah.
We got anything else we want to talk about before we go, sir?
You know what? We had a good run because we got two halves of the show.
No, we do have one. We've got to go up with some Winter Olympics, the frozen dick dude.
Oh, right. Yeah. Foggy sent this through. Shout out to Fog in the chat. The worst Winter Olympics injury was this frozen penis. It takes a special kind of athlete to devote themselves to cross-country skiing, especially when you keep competing despite having a frozen penis. Is cross-country the one where they do the shooting as well?
No, I think it's just a long ski. I think that's
I like the one where they do
that's the
shooting.
winter decathlon, isn't it?
I don't think no. A decathlon is a bunch of different separate events is a decathlon. So the one where they shoot, like they ski uphill, like, you know, trudge it, and then they go downhill fast, and then they've got to like, well, their heart's racing, they've got to lie down and shoot with a rifle, and then they do these huge laps.
It's the biathlon, sir. So
biathlon, nice.
Nice, Gary.
That's my favorite Winter Olympic sport by miles.
So makes no fucking sense, but I love it. Yeah, it's like if you're ever going to be out in the snow and you have to shoot a bear, we're covered.
It's just pure endurance, and the cunts that can go, isn't it like 20 Ks or something, 30 Ks? It's ridiculous.
Distance varies in length.
Right. Okay. So they do some ridiculous things though. It's like hours that they're out there. And
it's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it is interesting to see the more tired they get, how they start missing shots, Greeno. It's just like, God, this must be fucking hard. Because when you shoot, you've got to kind of like zen everything else out. Like, because such minute little movements of your hand or like your position, your finger position on the trigger, Greeno, you know, your breathing, all of these tiny little minute little calculations make a huge difference at the end of the range. You know what I mean? So, like, they're doing these laps and fucking skiing uphill, and they do moguls and all sorts of fucking shit. And then you got to, like, okay, relax and calm down and take a shot. And it's fucking nuts. So, that is a great sport. That and the bobsled, of course.
Of course. Bobsled team.
Yeah.
Kiss my egg. Now, here's a
How
fun
did the
little
Jamaicans go? Because didn't they have a bobsled?
They did. They didn't medal. They did all right, though. They were there.
Nice, Gary.
Nice, Gary.
Here's a fun fact for you about the biathlon, Damo. The first recorded biathlon event happened in the Second Northern War in the 1700 to 1721.
Is that right?
Yeah, when the first recorded biathlon took place between the Norway-Sweden border between patrol companies.
Fucking
Let's go for a
Vikings,
ski
mate.
go for a ski and a shoot. Why not?
Nice, Gary.
Oh, that's fantastic. biathlon. There you go. I'm sad now that you mention it. I'm sad that I missed it because the Winter Olympics just happened and I didn't watch 1 minute of it. Now I'm thinking I need to go back and watch like old, fucking KO replays or something
of the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
See if Peng Shui showed up.
That's right. So anyway, long story short, the worst Winter Olympics injury was this frozen penis. Takes a special kind of athlete to devote themselves to cross-country skiing. Now, which one is cross-country, Green? Is that the one where they shoot?
Nice, Gary.
Keep going.
Cross-country skiing, especially when you keep competing despite having a frozen penis. Finland's Remi Lundholm suffered the unthinkable on the closing day of the Winter Olympics and didn't curl up in the fetal position crying, as I certainly would. Freezing winds and biting temperatures concerned officials. Okay, let's get to the penis. Normally this is enough to keep them comfortable, but not. He was injured. A frozen penis not exactly qualifies as funny. Okay, look, the guy got a frozen cock, okay?
Nice, Gary.
Now, let's go to the science on this quickly, Damo. Okay. Now, for something to be frozen, it needs to have some liquid in it.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
you reckon he had an erection? That's why his dick got frozen.
I think so. I think, maybe there's a bit of arousal, perhaps. Maybe there might have been a piss. It didn't shake properly. And there might have been some little liquid in there.
Maybe, Greeno, have you considered this? Maybe he thought, I'll give myself an advantage. Because if you're a cross-country skier, you wear those tight, like, bodysuit things, though, don't you?
You do.
So maybe he might have thought, look, I'm going to go fucking commando under here, and I'll just wear the fucking bodysuit. Now, if you're going down the hill at, like, 100 kilometers an hour, the cold air is hitting you. The nuclear reactors are in the background because you're in China doing the Winter Olympics. I don't know if you saw those pictures. The factories.
I did.
Yeah, I did. Around the factory. Beautiful scenery, by the way. Well done.
I love it.
Nice, Gary.
Beautiful. Great example for the world. So you're skiing around the factories and it's freezing cold. Now, I would think that if you're in this bodysuit, that would kind of feel like you're naked because it's so skin tight. And maybe he was just riding around. He's on the skis. Maybe he had a tribal moment, Greeno, like the inner wolf man kind of spirit.
Could have.
And then next thing you know, raging fucking cracker, Greeno.
Could have. Now,
down the
here's
fucking
other
slope.
As well, you're right. Maybe there was a little bit of Viagra beforehand, and thinking like the top of a plane to break that wind barrier.
You reckon like a rudder out front?
Yeah, out front, because that's kind of breaking,
nice, Gary. Reduce his drag.
Reduce his drag. So if he was like fully erect, good to go down the slope,
cuts through the air.
Suddenly it's a bit easier to ski.
Nice, Gary.
So we recommend if you want to ski really fast, work yourself up a little bit before you start. Make sure like the world's TV is on you and everything, because it is the Olympics and it matters. So don't fuck it up. So get up there, give it a quick little flog before you set off down the slope.
Safety first.
Work it up a little bit. Yeah. Well done.
Damo, we got anything else?
No, I think we're pretty much outstayed our welcome, I think.
Oh, I think we outstayed our welcome about 45 minutes ago. Can I offer one suggestion for Vladimir before we go, though?
Baby Vlad, yeah.
Yeah, Baby Vlad, because he suggested that anyone who came up against Russia would see repercussions that they'd never seen before in response. Right. Now, I was thinking of the day, because everyone at the moment is very anti-Vlad.
Really?
Except for Anna Lynn, who wants to mother him. And that's fine. Like, that's a prerogative.
Give him little cuddles. Yeah.
Now, if Vlad was to kind of find the ultimate wrestling way to go from heel to face.
Yes.
Because everyone talks about how Russians are hacking all the computers,
we're talking Rocky Maivia from Nation of Domination to The Rock, like kind of level of heel to face.
Now imagine if the way that that Vlad decided to fuck up the world, he's like, look, you want to fight us? We're going to fuck you up.
Right.
Was to wipe everyone's mortgages worldwide, hack all the bank's computers, wipe
send it
mortgages,
down to zero,
set everyone's mortgages to zero.
Right.
That, correct me if I'm wrong, would that turn him face?
Would he become the world's most popular man?
Would he become the worst? Everyone's like, "Fuck, well, we're up for Vlad. Like, they can fucking bomb away."
He might for a split second, but Greeno, once the idiots realize that this also makes the very rich people even richer because you've just wiped out all of their debt and now all they have are assets. once the idiots figure that out, then they'll hate him again because then they'll say, "Oh, he did it. He wiped out all debt to save his rich fucking oligarch friends or something like that."
Fair call.
Yeah,
Fair call.
because you know why, Greeno? Because people are fucking idiots out there.
Nice, Gary.
Nice, Gary.
Well, I'll try and come up with new ways that Vlad can go from heel to face next week because I don't think he's going to be able to recover from this anytime
You're
soon.
probably going to have to unmute Russia first before you go on this little expedition.
No. I don't need to know what's going on in the world to come up with suggestions. But again, I don't.
You're
I know
muting
nothing-
Russia, not Putin.
Yeah, I know nothing about the war. You know nothing about conflict
Putin, yeah.
between us. We can fix it and turn Vlad into a face.
Yeah.
We'll have him headlining.
We'll
WrestleMania
make him
at
the
that
world's most popular man.
Plugs, sir.
Oh, fucking tweets. They're happening. Oh, check them out.
Go check him out.
Yeah,
All
I'll
good.
be back tomorrow. I'm doing my thing tomorrow. If the internet doesn't shit out. It shut out once tonight, so that's good enough. And we're pushing
That's
our
not too
luck
bad.
every minute, so let's get the fuck out of here. What do you say?
All right. See you guys next week.
Bye.
We'll always be bosom buddies, friends, sisters, and pals. We'll always be bosom buddies. If life should reject you, there's me to protect you.
If I say that your tongue is vicious,
If I call you uncouth,
it's simply that
who else but a bosom buddy will sit down and tell you the